Maize out Mondays. Say it with your chest. Man, all here, nothing less.
Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Mad Man. Shout out to my guy Lich Max, who is responsible for that new intro and is not done. We still got some finishing touches to put on that, but shout out to Lich. Lich, I've introduced you, but introduce yourself.
It's your boy, Lich Max.
No doubt, man. And my other guy is with us. We told y'all he wouldn't be here for a few weeks, but he back. Go ahead.
What up, though? It's your boy, man. What's good, old man on the sticks? I'm back at it like a crack addict, man.
Hey, oh man, this is already having way too much fun. Shout out to my guy JOJ in the chat. Ron Embry is in the chat. John Diadamo is in the chat. Voice of college football fame, of course, Detroit Wolverine, Moose, and my guy Mike Legend is also in the chat. Hey, if you are here, be sure to like the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, which all of you I know have, and share this with your friends and family on social media. But today, with no further ado, we got a very special guest lined up for you guys today, a very special episode, none other than Kenneth Scott. This guy had over 120 receptions during his time at Utah, 11 touchdowns during his time at Utah. Only a guy that Kyle Whittingham himself could call the leader of leaders could join us today on Maize Out Monday. Welcome, golf claps, Kenneth Scott. Kenneth, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm out here in Houston, Texas, and we got the weather that y'all typically get out there in Ann Arbor. It's out here freezing cold out here, but I'm doing good, man. Can't complain.
Absolutely. Kenneth, before we get started, tell the people a little bit about yourself. I know I missed it. You a man of many, jack of all trades. What's going on? Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, a little bit about me. I'm a business professional. I'm an adjunct professor at Rice University. I teach intro to brand development. And also I am a newly tech founder of a platform that I created called Reach. It's for high school student athletes trying to get exposure to the next level. And so obviously on the other end of things, I do music, I write books, I do it all, man. Anything that collaborates with like creativity, storytelling, etc. My job is just to help people get to where they want to be. That's simple as put.
Absolutely. And this is Reach right here. And there's the man himself right there, CEO, founder.
Yes,
the mind behind Reach. Be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a student athlete out there, and I know a couple just followed me today, you're gonna want to check this out. It's really easy. Reach Athletic Tech.
he said
it sounds like I can't read. I
Reach
promise
Athlete CRM. There you go.
There we go.
Reach
Athlete CRM. I appreciate that because I was floundering. I
was like, I'm gonna let him keep going.
I know you did. You did. Wait a minute before you hopped in for the save.
He'll find himself.
All right. Reach Athlete CRM.
Yeah.
Is the site. Be sure to check that out. All right, let's get right into it, man. You are a former Utah Ute yourself. 4 years there at Utah, over 120 receptions over your career, 11 touchdowns. How was your time at Utah? Get a people. First of all, before we get to your time at Utah, you are originally from like California, right?
Yeah. So actually, I was born in Texas, raised in California. I was in California all the way till I was 4 years old, all the way till I got to Utah. And coming out of high school, I was a highly touted recruit, 4-star recruit. Before they shut down the old Rivals, I believe. I think it's a whole new thing now. At that time, I was 34 ranked at my position in the nation. Had some really good guys in my class. Came out in 2010. I think DeAndre Hopkins was in my class, Kenny Stills, Paul Richardson, Kenny Shaw. We had a lot of great athletes, Markeith Ambles, Kyle Prater, Robert Woods. A lot of great athletes coming out of that class in the wide receiver position. And so I ended up committing to Utah when I was 16 years old, coming out of my junior year of high school. People thought I was crazy. They were like, you're coming from this part of the California where it's mostly minority to go into Utah where it's not too many of you, my man. You sure you want to do that? So, so I ended up choosing that, but it was a great decision on my behalf, though.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at Litch. He deals with that in the reverse. Here.
That's my guy now.
Nah, Litch is great. But that's great, man. Old man on the sticks. What you got for Kenneth?
So, man, listen, first and foremost, we appreciate you coming on. That's number one. Number two, what was the grind like? Like everybody always talks about, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he was a college athlete. Like, what was that grind? Because a lot of people don't understand the commitment, the level of commitment, and what it takes. And I mean, and for you speaking this will help a lot of these young athletes about to take this step as well.
Man, you got to be all in. One quote that Coach Witt used to tell us all the time: it's either you all in or you're in the way. Not necessarily to all in as far as team wise, but all in for yourself. Because if you don't have that certain why for the reason why you play in this sport, you're going to fold every single time. When the adversity hit, challenge hit, opposition, whatever that is. And in the moment you fold, it's going to be like a domino effect into your entire group. And then that group's going to the team. And so for the young cats that's out there, man, once you get in there, you got to figure out what really makes you tick, what really makes you go. Because you're going to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to morning workouts, then hitting breakfast. And after breakfast, going straight to class. You got class. Then from class, you coming right back to you either got treatment, then you get weight room, then you go to practice. And after practice, then you go to study hall. Then after study hall, you get back home about like 9 or 10 o'clock. Then you got to repeat that same thing. And then hopefully on Sundays, you get to relax a little bit if you ain't got treatment. So that's a grind, man. Monday through Saturday, Sundays is like half days because you get treatment and stuff like that. But it's a grind. You got to really figure out if you really want what you say you want.
That's a fact. Litch, Scott.
I believe you played under Coach Whittingham. What was knowing that now he's at Michigan as our head coach now? What was it like playing under Coach Whittingham when you were there?
Man, Coach Whittingham is the coolest dude, man. Like, don't let his presence fool you. Like, he has this presence to where it's intimidating to some. Like, it's like, dang, I don't know if I should approach him. But once you get to know Coach Witt, man, he's a jokester. He really cares for his players. And one thing that we always talk about with Coach Witt is he's going to hold you to a standard. And it's not the standard that you necessarily set for yourself. It's the standard of what he sees your potential to be. And so if he feels like your potential is up here and you're only giving it this effort, right, he's going to challenge you and also encourage you so that you can get up to this level at which you need to reach. You know what I'm saying? And so to be great. And so that's what Coach Witt is like. It's a level of standard. And, you know, it's a collaborative effort and supportive effort in regards to your developmental plan. And he's really big on that. I'm not sure if it's after every year or before every like we have winter, spring, summer, fall, every like transition, we have individual development plans, and it's just tracking to make sure that you're on pace to what you said you wanted to do as far as goals wise. And so he's the ultimate competitor, not only for himself, but for others, right? Competing internally so you can meet your goals and expectations. And so he's a really good dude, man. He's going to care for you. He's going to love you, and he's going to love you hard. Like he's going to pull something out of you that you necessarily didn't think you had it in you yourself. So he's a good dude all around.
Going back a little bit, you know, now getting into why you chose Utah over, I'm sure, heck, you had to beat off the California schools for hers, right? I'm sure.
Was.
But ultimately, definitely false. Definite false. Yo, this is.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. This started backstage, by the way. It's been it's gonna be a good one. All right. Anyway, pause. But yeah, you chose Utah over some bigger programs, more well-known programs.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. Was Kyle Whittingham part of that decision making? Talk to us.
Yeah, so initially when I was getting recruited, man, I was a big USC guy, like coming in. And I made the horrible mistake. I think it was my sophomore year when they put me as like ESPN top 150. I remember a media member kind of set me up. They were like, hey, man, USC is about to offer you soon. And if they offer you, you're going to commit on the spot. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm committing. There ain't no question about it. I'm going to commit. And that was like the worst thing I could have done, because now everybody understanding I'm from California. I've already expressed to everybody that USC is my top school. I'm sitting here wearing sweatshirts. So there was no coming back from me saying like, hey, if they offer me, I'm committed. And so early on, I made that huge mistake, and it kind of slow played my recruitment, because everybody was like, all right, I want to see what USC does, because I'm not going to waste my time in knowing that a recruit is going to be like, hey, once USC offer him, he's off the table. So why waste my time in recruiting him? Why don't I get somebody else? And so that's the early lesson that I learned. And so as soon as my junior year hit and I received a fax from Philip Fulmer, University of Tennessee, I was like, okay, cool. I started telling everybody, hey, look, my options is open, like whoop-de-whoop. And so, they started rolling in. Michigan State was another one that came in that I was really thinking about initially. But what kind of compelled me to go to the University of Utah was a couple things. One, it was around the time where they beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. So I was like, oh, shoot. I didn't even know where Utah was on the map. I was like, who the heck is Utah? And so, they kind of caught my eye. So one, for me, it was like, okay, I could play early as a freshman. And then two, it was close to home, but it was far away from home as well. The system at the time was a spread offense. It was like a true spread, like 4 or 5 receiver sets. And I was like, oh, bet, let's do this. And then also they were moving into the Pac-12. So I was like, oh, it's a wrap. So all those components outside of like obviously the coaches and players played a huge part in me wanting to go to the University of Utah, because I kind of wanted to like set my own moniker and stuff like that, instead of going to like if you think about USC, like when you're in California, there's nothing like, you can't be a big status guy, because everything's in California. You got the Lakers, you got the Clippers, you got all these professional sports there that can like take away from your exposure and your name, image, and likeness to what everybody's saying now. And so Utah felt like the place where I can really like stand firm from like years to come. Like, what I'm saying? Because they don't have no professional football team. Like, it's really a college city outside the Utah Jazz. And so that really like played a big part, because I wanted to be a part of somewhere where I felt like I can make my stamp, not only just while I'm playing the sport, but after as well.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Sticks.
So with you saying that, did USC ever offer you?
Yeah, they did offer me, verbally offer me. So this is the situation. Went to the Rising Stars camp, balled out. And so Pete Carroll brought me into the office. He offered me and my friend Anthony Brown. And then when Pete Carroll left and Lane Kiffin came in, Lane Kiffin brought his receiver commit, Markeith Ambles, over to USC, and it took up that last receiver spot. And so my offer was invalid at that point. They already took up the amount of commits they needed for that class. And so the receivers that was there was, the receivers that committed to USC was Kyle Prater, Robert Woods, and then now Markeith Ambles coming in from Tennessee. So, kind of got hosed.
So since that happened, I can now see with the Utah, because that's still in the Pac-12. So it's like, now you got to see me. And now you're going to wish you would have grabbed me, right?
Bro, yes.
I love it. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I like it.
And another team too, UCLA. I was peed off at UCLA, because I'm over here, bro.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
I'm going to UCLA games and USC games probably like almost every week, because they give tickets to you and stuff like that. So I'm on the UCLA games. They showing mad love, mad interest. I'm over here eating fish fry and French fries and all that, like getting dined up at the games. And I'm like, okay, at any time they're going to offer me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to offer me whoop-de-whoop. Man, they didn't show me no love until like the last bit, where the signing, like the letter of intent was going in, because one of their receivers wound up going elsewhere at the last minute. And so they were like scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, who's still available on the market. And so I was kind of ticked off by them. And
I would have been hot too, because you didn't want me. I was a last resort. I can't be a last resort.
I was like, dang, dog. And I'm in your backyard. Like,
right.
I was kind of hurt by that. And I balled out at their camp, and I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was hurt.
No doubt.
But that's the life of recruiting. And I try to tell these kids, like, man, look, you can have 1,000 verbal offers. But like, as soon as people start committing, man, bye. Them offers is gone. Like, now you only got 2, and you better hope one of those 2 is the ones you wanted.
Yeah, no doubt. Litch, you up next?
Yep. So coming from the recruitment era into this NIL era, what are your thoughts on the difference in like player mentality between when you were recruited to today, where NIL is a big thing?
Man, back when I first started getting recruited, we couldn't even, we had to get like signage from the compliance office just to receive popcorn. Like we couldn't, it's crazy about like all the stuff you can do nowadays. And so the recruiting game is totally different. And it's to the point where like before it's like, man, I wanted to get to the NFL. Like it seemed like NFL was like the end result for like everybody that want to get to the, that's the final destination. But now college is like, shoot, I mean, it would be cool to get to the NFL, but I'm making my stuff now. So for some, I guess the driving force for why they play football may get tainted a little bit because of the money that they could get. And so you really get to see who's in love with the game of football more than the rest. That's what I can say.
Absolutely. So all right, let's get to some more Kyle Whittingham time at Utah, right? If you are a Michigan player, and I don't know, you didn't have to deal with the regime change from Urban to Kyle, right? That was before you.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're a Michigan player, obviously you had the previous regime and he who will not be named on this channel.
Yeah,
and
you
now,
don't want to get blocked. I feel you.
And now Kyle Whittingham, right? What how big of a culture shock, or not even a culture shock, but well, I guess it is kind of a culture shock, but a difference is it going to be, right? Like I heard Urban Meyer say, if these guys thought they had like tough practices before, then they don't know anything because it's going to be that much tougher with Kyle Whittingham. What do you think that first conversation that Kyle Whittingham had with these players, what was that like, and what can Michigan fans expect from Kyle Whittingham?
I can bet my bottom dollar that a couple phrases was said. The one phrase that for sure is, we will not become you, you will become us. Like, that's one thing that Coach Witt always says is like, it's never a me thing. It's always a we thing with him. And so like, yeah, he would always say we will not become you, you will become us. Another thing is either you're all in or in the way. And, the standard is the standard. So those are the couple things that I can definitely hear him saying in the first meeting just to set the tone. Right. And that shows him like either you on board or you not. And if you're not on board, we don't need you. Right. And when I first heard him get this job, I said, oh Lord, I don't want to jinx nothing. I don't want to jinx nothing, but with Coach Witt, the resources y'all got and the players y'all can get, not saying that we didn't have players there like at our school, not saying that but like y'all got the brand. Like it's a much harder to pitch someone to come to Utah than it is to like, hey, y'all coming to Michigan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows the doggone helmet, the everything. And so I don't want to jinx y'all or nothing, but I'm going to say, like, I wouldn't be shocked within his tenure that y'all don't get there. I'll be shocked. And I'm going to be honest.
Love to hear it.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be shocked.
Okay, so let's get to the Michigan. Since we're here, let's stay here. All right. As you look at you look at the Big Ten, you look how it is. Obviously, you cover the sport, so you know exactly what's going on. With Kyle, I can tell his mentality fits. It's definitely what Michigan mantra, what we stood on as far as it's a we thing, it's never a you thing. I think my question now for you, because I know you know more than any of us, with these players that he's getting now, that not necessarily they didn't come with that mentality, so they don't know. They actually had a different type of standard, and let's say that standard may not be the standard that he has. It was a lot less. What do you think he does to push them to get to the standard where he wants them at, but without breaking them?
Yeah, it kind of goes into a little bit about what I was mentioning before. Is like because I know he's going to sit down with every player, right?
Yeah, he did that.
Yep, and I know he already, like he did with us. Coach Witt, he carries around, like I was trying to look for a notepad. He carries around a notepad with him everywhere he goes around that facility. This man wakes up. He's the first one in the facility. And I'm not capping at all. He is the first one in the facility working out, and he's the first one getting the workout in. Like, it's crazy. At his age and his motor, I'm like, dang, how do you do it? Like, first one. So he's going to have like an individual planning session with that kid. And based on that kid's goals, and he wants to hear, like, what is your goal? Where you set it out to become? Because, like, I want to make sure by the end of your career, you can look back and say, I had no regrets. I fulfilled everything that I wanted in this school, right? And so I believe once he got on campus, he's going to meet with the players, create that plan, and then not only is he going to create it, but his staff is going to also have that same type of structure in place just to make sure it's hit. And then it's going to be like I know it sounds crazy, like it's business, but really it's like a KPI metric, like a key performance indicators. Like, okay, is he tracking? Is he tracking? Okay, if he's not tracking, how can we help get him to where he wants to be? All right, nutrition wise, if he say he wants to bulk up 10 pounds, are we there where he needs it to be? If it's a big guy, he needs to get on breakfast or cardio club. Like, how can we cut down? Like, so he's very like detail oriented to the point where like it feels like you're in the NFL. It really does. It's like, man, it's that structure and that cadence to where it's like everything is like boop, 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 boop. It's a process. And that's another thing he always says, trust the process. Like, he creates a process, a uniquely driven process, which every player and also team-wide, so that we always stick to that standard. Like, this is it. This is boom, boom, boom. And so that's what I loved about Coach Witt. There's no like thinking like, okay, what is he thinking about? What is he? Nah, you gonna know because he gonna tell you. Right. And so that's what I love about it. Like it operated like an NFL camp. So that was pretty cool.
So basically the Utah guys that's coming in that transferred over, they know the system. That's going to more or less help everybody else to understand what the standard is and what they need to expect and how and to meet their goals and meet the team goals, correct? Oh,
without a doubt. I think they're gonna adapt quick, honestly. And it's just that competitive juice and fieriness too. Like, I love it, man. Like, he's gonna get the best out of the players and also the BYU coaches that he brought with him. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up, like the BYU coaches, they were at Utah during my playing career. Like Coach Jay Hill, he was at Utah with me when he was at and he was from BYU, went to BYU to coach D-Court. So like, man, this is all, and I played with Alex Witt, the linebackers coach. So so like, man, everybody's coming from that same bloodline of Utah, and like we're just driving that into it. And so and you gotta think, man, BYU's doing so great because the head coach at the BYU was at Utah and understood his place and stuff like that. And so yeah, man, it's gonna be good to watch, man. I'm excited. Like, I texted Coach Witt about it. Like, man, I'm super excited to like support you in this endeavor because like I don't want to ruin it or jinx y'all, but I can feel it within these 3 to 5, the tenure and the contract.
Right,
y'all gonna get there.
Hey, we'll never be mad at that.
And y'all got Jordan too. I just thought about that. Like, I'm jealous. Like,
yeah.
I was thinking about it too. I was trying to guess, like, man, what shoes is Coach Witt gonna wear? Like, which Jordans is he gonna pull out? Like, is he a 1 guy? Is he a 10? Is he a 12? Like,
right.
Speaking of Coach Jay, of Coach Hill, what was your experience working with him? How do you think he's gonna? What do you think the kind of impact he's gonna have on Michigan is gonna be?
Yo, Coach Jay Hill is cold. Like when it comes to that defense, oh, he is cold. So it was so cool, like because he was the DB coach during my time, like during the first part of my tenure, because he went to be a head coach at Weber State for a long period of time after the Utah stint. But he was a DB coach, and man, he is just as fiery. He was at Utah. He played at Utah as well. I forgot about that. Man, he was just as fiery. And he gets after it to a point where his voice gets like scratchy and stuff like that, because that's how passionate he is. Like, I'm jealous because y'all got Coach Lewis Powell over there too. Man, yeah, I'm excited. Jay Hill is a when it comes to being a football nerd and in a good way, like knowing the details and strategies and understanding the whole scheme of what an offense is trying to do, and then pinning a deep, like, man, he's a defensive whiz when it comes to that. And then y'all got the coach from BYU coming over as the cornerbacks. Right. Man, I was jealous. I said,
that Gennaro.
Yeah, Gennaro.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Said, get me on staff, man. Like, put me somewhere, coach. Right. I'm ready.
Look, let's talk about you were part of the Holy War, right? Big rivalry between Utah and BYU. I don't know if you've heard, Michigan has a big rivalry of their own with a certain team from a vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. What's Coach Whitt like, preparing you guys for that game, for those rivalry games?
Man, all I know, every time when you walk into that facility, on every TV screen, it's like clips of the rivalry. Like, so if you were like us, like we from California, we didn't know anything about no Utah BYU rivalry. We didn't really care. Like, well, we cared, but we was like, we ain't into like that. But when you go into, he gonna make you into it because he got the TVs playing. He got interviews of former BYU players talking trash on Utah. Then you got, and then the other thing, like during the week, you go to the grocery store, like you going down the aisle, a little kid come up to you and be like, Utah sucks. I'm like, bro, you are 7 years old, man. And like, it's just that rivalry is just contagious. It's like, okay, bet. All right, we finna get it in. But with Coach Whitt, man, every TV, everything around the facility is gonna make you hate the other team. Like, he just crafts it, that environment, that feeling. He plays the other team's fight song, and you're like, oh man, bump this, let's go. Like, it's cool, man. It's a good little atmosphere and experience.
That's dope. Sticks, what you got?
Man, let's stay right there. So when we talking about this rivalry, that was definitely my next question. Was what was he gonna do with this rivalry? Now I know I've heard him talk about it, and he's like, so now I'm supposed to, I heard Urban Meyer, I'm supposed to hate him as ha. But I don't think he really understands. Like, you really gotta hate him, right? Like, for one, and then for two, I don't think you know how you feel like a rivalry, like, okay, I get it. But once, and it's so significant because his first year is actually going to be at Columbus, so he's about to get the full experience of the spitting on when walking out the tunnel. Like, it's diabolical work, right? And so once Coach Whitt sees that, does it change him?
You know what? You know what's crazy? So Coach Whitt is one of them, like, he's so competitive, right? So you know how, and I think that's the reason why he got back into coaching. He slick somebody. So you know how Urban came from Utah, right? He was the head coach. Everybody's like, oh, Urban, we love you. And like, deep down, if you're a competitor, you're like, man, bump that. I'm the best. So I can see, he gonna try to make a statement. I'm telling you, he gonna try to make a statement because of, like, him and Urban is cool. They boys. I bet you he gonna be like, it's gonna be extra bragging rights for him, right? That's just the type of competitor that Coach Whitt is. He ain't gonna say nothing, like, but deep down, he like, look, I'm gonna get me one, right? I'm gonna get me this, right? And I could feel it, like because that's gonna stamp him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you
immediately,
because everybody's gonna be like, you already know he's coming to Ohio State. Urban was his mentor, blah blah blah. And like, you know, it ain't got nothing to do. Obviously, Ryan Day is there, but in his mind, he thinking like Urban's legacy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, he's such a competitor. He thinking about, man, how can I come in, stamp myself, like, and then, you know, make people think otherwise of what that legacy could be, and talk about my legacy. Look what, you know, we didn't came here and done. Like, he's not a me guy, right? He's not me. He's always a we guy, like as far as like, hey, it's the team, blah, blah, blah. But he's super competitive, and I can see it. I know it for a fact. He's gunning for that game.
Good, because Urban out loud in the public stated that he would be cheering hard for Witt, except for in November on that game. So I hope he said that out loud. I just want to make sure we know he said that out loud. I know Witt was like, oh, okay. So I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Like, that's the energy you are. All right, okay. Hey, I'm excited for y'all. I feel like a Wolverine fan now. Like, you know, hey.
Well, it is great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
That is true.
Yeah, man. I caught a lot of you guys games this year anyway, because one of the kids that I coached when he was younger, Andrew Marsh, you know, so I made sure I kept tabs on him. And just
you see how he just dropped that bar on there like that? You know, one of the guys that I coached when he was younger, Andrew Marsh. Like, what?
Yeah.
I've had Andrew on the show actually twice. We've interviewed Andrew on the show. He's a great kid, man.
Dude,
and wow, did he pop second half of the season?
Yeah, man, he's a great kid, man. I was coaching with 12 before he got into high school. It was like 12, 13. He was part of our 7-on-7 our team that I coached, because we coached what was it, for 4 years straight? We were top. I know 2 years back to back, I was number one for that age group. But like when we had Andrew, and I heard you talking about Arkansas a little bit earlier. But just imagine, I had Andrew Marsh and I had Jacaden Ferguson. He went to Arkansas. He just transferred to Kentucky.
Right.
So I had both of my boys right there, and literally, man, it was easy money for us, because like, and I remember seeing like Andrew when he was younger, and I'm like, man, he gonna be something. Just the way he goes up and gets the ball, and how incredible he is at his body control, the way he goes up. And the one thing I loved about Andrew is like he does it in a he did it in an humble way where he don't really talk as much. You know, it was crazy. I was like, dang, he's like a silent assassin, but you gonna feel his presence on the field. And I remember, I think he still has it pinned on his page, on his Twitter page. But my guy, who was in the red zone, I think I had him doing a back of the end zone dig, and our quarterback threw it high. I was like, damn, why he throw the ball so high? And Andrew, all you see one-handed, just back like an Odell and just snag it and just act like he ain't catch it. I'm like, everybody going crazy, like, oh, he just sitting there like no emotion. I'm like, bro, that was an amazing. Like, did he know what he just did? And so that's just the kind of kid he is. He always makes plays, no matter what it was. And, you know, he has a great foundation. His mom does a phenomenal job with him as far as navigating them and leading them through this journey, ensuring nobody takes advantage of him. Because, you know, when you get to that point in his success, everybody's trying to get in his ear. Definitely. But, like, she does a phenomenal job with him. And so I'm just glad that he's staying true to who he is. That's my
absolutely, man. Shout out to Mama Marsh too. The first time I interviewed Andrew, he was still in high school. And I reached out, and he was like, yeah, you know, I would love to come on, but you got to talk to Mom. So I had to really, like, you know, get vetted by Mama Marsh, man. But you know, shout out to her. She definitely you know, raised a great kid. Him and his twin sister. So shout out to her. Strong too, because you know he lost his father at some point. But yeah. Litch, what you got?
So having gone through a full career from like the college to the NFL, how would you say the strength and conditioning really comes into play with keeping you healthy out on the field, and even like mitigating any potential injuries after you get off the field?
Yeah, I didn't understand nutrition until I kept on like getting injured. You know what I'm saying? It's like they show you everything. Like, you know, you in the dining hall, and they got the different color tags on the food, like the green, yellow, and red and stuff like that. And like during college, you feeling yourself. You like, I ain't paying no attention, paying no mind, all that. Like, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. But like as you grow and your body starts, or especially during the season, your body not feeling the same, things start aching different. You're like, hold on, I need to start paying attention to this. And it's no wonder why, like once you get to the next level, I remember when I was with the Rams a little bit, we were in the cafeteria, like they really took it serious. Like, hey, this is that, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, dang, this is what they were trying to teach us in college, but we just never really paid attention to it. So, like, nutrition is super important. One of the things that I wish I wouldn't have done back in my day, I used to eat, like, before practice, I used to drink chocolate milk and hot Cheetos and eat hot Cheetos right before practice. Before practice, man. I'm out here just like, who's that one guy that ate Skittles before? Is it DK Metcalf or something like that?
No, Beast Mode.
Lynch,
right? Yeah,
Lynch.
It was another receiver too. It was a receiver too that he said he ate
okay.
Skittles or something like that. And I was I was just that receiver too. I was just like, look, I'm gonna eat whatever, but I didn't realize how much it was affecting me energy wise. Like,
yeah.
And so nutrition is super key. And I wish more athletes took advantage of knowing the ins and outs about it, because it can definitely help you in every aspect.
I don't think we knew too much about it till we seen our team. Then we knew a lot about it. We were like, hold on, man.
and then hold on, man. And y'all took Coach E, Coach LSI. And y'all took my teammate Junior Salt, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, man. This is Michigan Utes or something. Like, man, Coach E don't play. Hey, Coach E don't play. Like, that's another one. Like, don't mess with Coach E. He don't play. He do not play. Like, y'all gonna hear some stories probably. That's all I gotta say. Y'all gonna hear some stories because, man, if you know, man, he's like, look, if you don't want to be here, get up on out. And he would like literally get up out of here. Like, I only want people that's invested. I only want people that's committed. And if you ain't committed, I don't want you bringing that energy in here, like, at all. Like, you're gonna be hyped. You're gonna be one. You're gonna like. We want to fill this space up to where, like, everybody in here, even if the admin come walking in, she gonna want to get a workout in because, like, man, crazy type of environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever, your mama could come in here and she like, look, I want to go run on the elliptical. Like, that's the type of environment that he wants. Is infectious, is competitive. Like, we compete, we talk. I'm about to curse me on thing. We talk trash. You know what I'm saying? And he always adds a level of competitiveness. Or competition during the workout as well and after, just so that we can keep that energy flowing. So, man, it's good, man. Y'all got a good one.
Hey, the chat got jokes too.
Oh, I see the
NIL.
Ask
Kenny with his NIL.
Hey,
y'all ain't nothing, man.
We ain't really, hey, at that time we ain't do nothing. We ain't do nothing, man. Look. Hey, I tell you, hey, I ain't gonna lie, we ain't do nothing. But what I would tell athletes nowadays, man, especially with this NIL, man, y'all gotta take advantage of relationships, man. Like, you're gonna be in some rooms, and especially because it's NIL, it can take you in so many rooms that, man, once you graduate, you wish you had the opportunity again to get back in, because, like, it can just exponentially, like, launch pad your career after football. It's crazy. Like for instance, you got access, like, every kid now, because they have scholarship donors that donated money to the school for that said scholarship. You got access to them. So, like, every athlete has access dang near to a millionaire or a billionaire, and quote unquote, because these people spend about $70,000, $80,000 a year donating money, and they own companies, they run businesses. You they scholarship recipient. You don't think they're gonna look out for you? So, like, man, these relationships are super important. So NIL is good, but the relationships is even better. That's
absolutely. Shout out to Maurice. He says, great interview. Appreciate you sharing the program, embracing under Coach Witt and the staff. We also got another question here. This one from J-Dub. He says, how do you feel the recruiting will be for the next few years? Does the staff focus on stars or fit?
I think a little, and naturally, I think it's going to be a little bit of both. So obviously the fit is important, right? Schematic fit is important. But like I mentioned earlier, with the brand that Michigan brings, it's naturally going to bring those stars, like the 4-star recruits, 5-star recruits. It's going to naturally bring them, even in the transfer portal. And so as the scheme gets built out, which I have an assumption of what y'all scheme will be like. I feel like naturally it'll bring in the stars and the people that want to be here. So it's a mixture of both. I feel like the fit is more important than the stars, in my opinion. But with the brand you guys have, the stars are going to come automatically.
Right.
Yeah. Another question. This one from my guy Marsh. Shout out to Mar who runs our social media.
Mizzle
Exactly right. He says, Kenneth Scott, my question is, do you believe Kyle Whittingham will get instant results on the field in his first season?
Yes, for sure. I think so. He got time. I can see if he just came in the summer, but thanks to what happened, he got in early. And now he's able to have a winter with him, a spring with him. He's going to have a summer with him. Then he's going to have fall camp with him. And then as he goes into the season, he's going to be prepared. And so I think this is good because now, like offensively, I feel like offensively, when we look at it, he said, do I have any eligibility? Offensively, I feel like that's the first thing y'all need to get down. I feel like because defensive wise, y'all gonna be solid. Like, that's y'all gonna be good. Offensively, y'all got all these pieces. That's all right. Now, how can we put all these pieces in play? You got people coming from Utah, like the guy Buchanan, wide receiver, tight end. You got Andrew Marsh. Then you got this other kid that just transferred in, like that. I think I got through the portal. So it's like, okay, how can we get all these pieces to mesh, right, so that we can put up enough points? Because that's really the biggest thing, and make sure that Bryce is comfortable in this new system so that he can be able to maneuver it like how he is. And so I feel like, and I don't want to jinx y'all season, but I feel like the minimum is what y'all did this year, like the minimum. But the maximum, like I said, I don't want to jinx y'all again. Within this, I say y'all gonna get to that where the Indiana, Miami. I think y'all can get to that in 3 years. Without a doubt.
It'll be good seeing actually having a head coach that has his 100% focus on the game.
Oh Lord! And not where other coach was focused.
Oh yeah, I don't know where.
Don't do it.
I ain't gonna say what he was focused on, but 100% wasn't on the game.
Right?
He must have thought he was Shamar more.
Hey. Yo. Oh man, no. Listen. All right, look, we got a segue. All right, this is a beautiful segue. But before we get off this last question for you, as it pertains to football and or not football, but Michigan and Utah. You had a memorable game. Most fans probably remember your Stanford walk-off touchdown. Talk to us about that. The moment, how you were feeling in that moment. What was the thought process right there?
Yeah, that was a fun and boring game because like usually with like academic heavy schools, their fan support isn't as great. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
by the way, is that Harbaugh? Is Harbaugh the coach then?
It was David Shaw. Shaw.
All right. Yeah. After Harbaugh. All right, cool.
But I am 2-0 against Michigan. But that's neither here nor there.
I knew that was coming.
And we could talk about those games. I was peed off, and I ain't gonna lie, I could talk. But the Stanford game was cool because we had our troubles on offense to where, like, I'm gonna be honest, our offense at that time, we was like 90% run. Like, we running the ball. Our running back probably averaged, and this is no cap, like probably 40 touches a game. Like, and that's probably like 30 rushing and like 10 pass attempts. Like, we relied heavily. I mean, he was a Heisman, they were in contention of Heisman for him. And with our offensive struggles and inconsistencies and stuff like that, we just relied on him. Like, that's just what it was. And so as a receiver, I mean, I voiced my frustration at the times, and I was like, man, like, can I just go to defense then type thing? But you just really got to buy in and just be like, look, man, it is what it is. And so, but that game for me, it was cool because, like, during the whole game, we were just setting them up with like kind of like the phase. And at the end of the play, like the last play was like a slant. So I just set up the fade like I did during the whole game. And he got used to it. So I understood what he was going to do once I did that certain release. And I just cut it back in. It was kind of a wide open slant, luckily. And so yeah, it was good, man, because, my brother and my sister-in-law and their kids, showed up to the game. And that was like one of the first games he saw in person. So that was pretty cool and a memorable moment. And it was a good moment for my QB too, Travis Wilson, man, throwing a game winner and being able to beat Stanford. Actually, McCaffrey played that game.
McCaffrey, right?
He was a running back. I just thought about
Okay.
that.
Is this post Andrew Luck?
Yeah, post Andrew Luck.
Post
They had
Andrew Luck.
Hogan at quarterback. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Lich, what's our next banner?
The next banner is
Ooh.
Indiana versus Oregon recap. Look, we did this. We don't need to spend a lot of time, especially on this
Let's
one.
spend a little time on this because we
don't need to spend a lot of time on this.
Oh, he thought Oregon was gonna win, huh?
Yes, he did.
Yo.
Listen, so my narrative for Indiana,
Yeah, let me hear this, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
My narrative has been eventually. This is my thinking. Eventually, the blue chip ratio gonna catch up with them. Right? That's just how I was feeling. I said Alabama was gonna get them out of here. They wiped the floor with Alabama. I said Oregon, no way they do this to Oregon. That win against Oregon is probably more comprehensive in ways. They beat the brakes off of Oregon. All right. So I got it. I also said that again about Ohio State in the championship game, even though I wanted Indiana to win that game. I just didn't think that, they could overcome 67 blue chips to 7 blue chips, right?
Shit.
But they obviously can do anything. They can walk on water, apparently. That said, it's crazy. That said, I am sticking with the bit sticks for the national championship, but we'll get there when we get there. All right. In this game, 11 seconds in, Indiana's already on the board, and they didn't get the ball to start the game with.
like right out the gate, interception for a pick six.
That was
Disgusting
crazy.
work. Dante Moore's first pass in the game, right?
Yeah.
I think it was his first pass too.
Going the other
Wasn't
way.
his worst, but it was his first.
And they didn't look back. I think the next drive, Oregon does score. It was 7-7 at one point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just all downhill from there. Kenneth, what did you see from your perspective?
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout like that. I thought it was gonna be close, at least it'll be like 30-21, something like around that range.
Right.
I didn't expect that was disrespectful. I just thought about that. The disrespect. Like Coach Signetti left his starters in all the way to about 5 minutes left in the game.
Oh,
Like,
dude, different.
I was like,
Yeah.
bruh, so I was like, either he's stat padding or like what's going on? Like, but Oregon, man, my thoughts, I was like, dude, man, I ain't gonna lie. Until going into the playoffs, I was like, man, I didn't think Indiana was gonna make it all the way through. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I don't think so. And then I really started deep diving in, like they receivers. Like I like the running back. He nice and styling, can move. I'm like, okay, hold up. And then the receivers, I said, hold on. Both of these boys got 14 tugs, another one got 12. Like,
right.
Didn't the third one come in and mossing people? I'm like, hold on. And then they got the quarterback, man.
Heisman Trophy winner, right?
He's good. Like as far as like I'm not even talking about on the field. Off the field, he kind of quirky. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I love him though. He says the right things. I'm interested to see if that's like really him or like I don't know. I just want to see like is that really him? But nah, he does a fine job on the field in regards to like getting it to his playmakers, making plays on his own. I was shocked. Like they really stopped. And then on defense, I like them too. I didn't know they was gonna win like that.
They're well rounded. I'll say that.
They are well rounded like a circle.
Kirk Signetti, I've been saying this, and it's the truth. Kirk Signetti is everything that Kirk Signetti thinks he is. At this point, I got to give him that. I just, once again, we'll get there when we get there. Sticks, what did you think? I know what you think, but
I think I was right. But what I'm gonna say is when I looked at this game, and that initial pick six was a little shocker, and I feel like I give that to nerves because regardless of how many games you've played, you gotta get hit before that nerve get off of you. Yeah, like it's gotta happen, and if it don't happen, you start to play outside of yourself. So that happened. Number two, your blue chip ratio. Since he put it up there, we got to talk about that.
67-7. He said,
I'm gonna tell you why that's an issue. It works. It works. it works when everybody's the same age, right?
Right.
You have to realize Indiana has a senior team. Their
they got
average
master's
age
degrees.
is 23-year-olds.
True.
So with that being said, this isn't just. I don't care what blue chip freshman you pull out, unless it's Jeremiah Smith. That's about the only one that can average to a 3-year player. That 3-year player is going to be light years way ahead of him, right? And so that's what you got with Indiana. He didn't go. He knew he couldn't recruit, so he went into the portal and got older guys.
Smart.
He knew that, understood what they needed to do, had a goal, tried to get. They wanted to use their opportunity to the best of their ability, and he got them in there to buy in, and that's what they're doing. That's what you see. That's why they play different. They ain't got nothing to lose. They play like they don't belong there, and they're the number one team, and that's scary. It's like they're proving everybody wrong every time they hit on the field. And with Oregon, it just felt like Oregon just thought that this was going to be their. They came in with a certain level of arrogance, like, we're not worried about it. And then once Moore got on skates, it was over. Once he started getting on them skates, because we already know once your pocket collapse as a QB, and you're not going to stand tall in that pocket, because you see he couldn't do it. And from that point forward, it was free cake, man. That's all it was. So shout out to Indiana. They on their way.
Man, question about that. Because, before the game, they were like, is he going to come back? Is he going to go to the league? After that game, what y'all thinking? Like, should he come back?
I mean, to be honest, me personally, if it depends on what Lanning going to say, because, they got a conversation. They got somebody behind them. And, it's hard to keep people.
They just got Raiola, right? Out the portal.
And him too. So they got Dylan Raiola, yep.
Yeah.
He out.
So
He out. He gone.
He's going to go. But it hurt. It probably didn't help his draft stock, but in the same token, he still got certain intangibles in the combine that'll lift him back up.
Yeah.
Listen,
go ahead.
Okay. I had motives behind everything, right? First of all, I needed Dante Moore to look good in this game. I'm a Raiders fan. We got the number 1 pick in the draft, right?
Okay.
Obviously.
Hold on, a Raiders fan. How you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
We don't need to do this. All right, so here's the thing. I'm originally from Ohio. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I grew up there. I moved to the DMV when I was 15. But before that, I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. Always been a Michigan fan, though. It really started with the Fab Five, but then morphed into the football team, right? So always been a Michigan fan. But that said, I've been a Raiders fan too. My family, all of them like Ohio State. All of my family likes the Cleveland Browns. It's that sort of thing. And I'm kind of a contrarian. One day the Raiders were playing Cleveland. I was like, yeah, I like that team. Give me that team. And I've been rocking with them ever since. First of all, the existence has been similar to a Cleveland Brown existence outside of a few years. But yeah.
Man, what y'all hit something on the nail. I just thought about it. Like I didn't even think about in the beginning of this clip. Like you said something like Indiana has this chip on their shoulder, and then you got Oregon, who when we played against them and blew the brakes off of my senior year, like we felt the same way. Like they were like arrogant. It was like they're not a physical team; they're more finesse type thing, and that is what Coach Witt is going to bring to y'all team. Like y'all have the capability to be arrogant because y'all Michigan, this brand and stuff like that. But he's going to put it to where they got this chip on their shoulder that they going to go out there and dominate. And that's one thing I believe that Coach Witt does a great job is creating the edge. Like, I don't know how he does it. He finds a way to where he motivates his players to where it's an edge that he creates that gets them going. I don't know how he does it, but that's one thing. That's his superpower too.
Didn't Coach Witt stuff Oregon in the locker twice in the same season not too long ago? 21?
Yeah.
Head first, stuff Cristobal in them in the locker. Yeah. Twice, same season. By the way, Oregon is used to this twice in the same season thing because a few years later, DeBoer stuffed coked out Lanning in the locker twice, and now Signetti did the same thing.
And that's another thing. I'm sorry, thinking about Michigan. Coach Witt is familiar with these opponents. You got the USC, UCLA he's familiar with, Oregon he's familiar with. Like he's familiar with all those opponents. So it's like, oh, this is easy cake. Like, well, not easy cake, but like I'm familiar with these guys.
Right.
Absolutely. Lich, give your thoughts on the game. We gotta move on.
Like I've said in previous broadcasts, you look up winning in the dictionary, you see two names. You see Charlie Sheen, and then you see Curt Cignetti right next to him. That's what he does. He wins.
Legendary.
You know, people were on your neck about the Charlie Sheen thing. I had to talk him down. I said it's a joke. You know, Charlie Sheen had a quote where he said winning.
That's what he's doing.
You thought
winning.
You were saying Charlie Sheen was winning.
No.
That was
He
me.
ain't winning.
That was me.
All right.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen ain't winning. It's just a joke from I think back in 2014, where he had an interview. He said, "That's what I do. I win."
I'm in the comment section, by the way, all the time defending y'all when y'all make these remarks. It's me in the comment section.
But that's what Curt Cignetti does. That's what he does. He wins, and he's proven it once again against Oregon. He came there. He knew what he had to do. He had to lay the lumber down, and that's what he did. He pulled that belt off, and he showed Oregon the way.
Man, that's
no doubt.
Yeah,
what
but
we got next?
We have
The other one.
the other one.
This was a classic, man. This one came down to the end. Classic game. I thought Miami had some opportunities here to pull away. They dropped a couple interceptions that were gift wrapped. That said, I gotta give Chambliss real credit, man. This dude fights to the end. And I'm mad that the NCAA denied him a 6-year because he was literally on the field with a dude that was in his 7th year playing college football. I do think Chambliss is going to make some NFL team happy, though. Somebody's going to get him at a discounted rate, probably, and they're going to be very happy about it. But Kenneth, what you got?
That's spot on, man. I feel so bad for Chambliss. Like, granted, so like for me, I had 6 years, but I only played 4. Like, but now you got kids nowadays, they get 6 years and they play 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, how do y'all get to play 6 years? Like, like where they like, you know, because I got 2 seasons into injuries. I didn't even get to make it in the season. So I'm like, man, how do they get 6 for 6? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, like you said, Chambliss, man, like I was mad at NCAA. Like, how, like, that don't make no sense. But man, this dude, he put a big case for him. Like, he put up a big case, man. He balled out, he did his thing. That boy Malachi Tony, I wish they would have gave him that one-handed catch that he had on the sideline. Oh my God. That boy is special. That boy is special.
And he blocks, man. He's a freshman.
He hits.
He declared early. He should be a high school senior.
And he would have been a fanatical 5-star, like without a doubt. Like it's crazy. And it's crazy to even think he's still with a 3-star, like a 3-star. Like it's crazy. But man, Miami, this is, I don't know if I'm kind of like stuck in between two. It's like, man, are we gonna go with the Cinderella story of Indiana, or are we gonna go with like I don't know. It's interesting how the world's gonna play with this type of story and this narrative. But man, those are both good games. I wanted Ole Miss to pause. I wanted Ole Miss to come out on the winning edge.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
I
wanted Ole Miss to anyway.
Win. Just say win the game. Win again. There you go.
Yeah. Just because.
Hey yo, like what the fuck?
I want them to win, like, you know,
right?
Especially with Pete Golden and all that with the LSU stuff. I just thought it would be good, man. But both good games.
For me though, see, and this is because I have a you know, I like Trinidad Chambliss. He's a good. Great story himself, by the way, and I was rooting for him specifically, but I can't root for KKK University. It's just a problem of mine. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Anybody in the chat that likes, I'm sorry. My bad.
Got you.
But yeah. He said, "Tell him why you did." That's what I just did. I just told him why. Can't do it.
That bomb right there.
Yeah. All right. National. We've spoken on this game. We don't need to speak on it, right? But I'm gonna let you go. Sticks, go ahead. Give you a
quick and simple, man. I think if that game has 7 more seconds, Mississippi wins. Just gonna be honest, because they figured out something that it's a big hole in that defense.
Yeah.
And it was no huddle. It was it was speeding them up. And when they speeded them up and they couldn't really sub out, and them ends weren't coming home like they were supposed to, and Chambers can move, and then wide receivers were open. It was now granted, there were some bad throws he made where there should have been INTs. But again, the reason why the INTs ain't happening is because that's fatigue.
Yeah.
That's fatigue setting in. So you've been out there, so your hands ain't, when you
saw homie House call that one against Ohio State, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, and that's when he was fresh. But I don't think people understand when you're really fatigued and your hands is tingling. It's a different feeling. Like if you've played football and you just been out there and you just your body don't. It's like you like, bro, please let's get a third. Let's get a third down stop so I can go sit down. like, and they couldn't do it. It's like Mississippi had their number. Chambliss was he was phenomenal. He played above the X's and O's that game. Yeah. They started off that first half a little slow, but when they came back out, they was ready to go. And so, unfortunately, Carson Beck finally made a great play. He did not force the pass like he did his whole career. He just said, "Ooh, look, the left is open," and he ran. That's all he did. And so that's what the deciding factor was. But just to be honest, I think with what Mississippi did, and I don't know if Signetti is even going to implement that because that's not his style of play.
True.
But that definitely showed chinks in that armor. So I would definitely, if worse come to worse, hey, let's run a little bit of no huddle. Let's see if everybody get right because we should be conditioned. But either way, man, it was a great game. I hope Chambliss, he's shown that he's crazy enough. He wasn't even supposed to start this year.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
He wasn't even supposed to start, bro. So I believe this young man is easily going to be a second round pick because of his intangibles and what he can do and what he can bring to the game. Now, granted, they always say he stinks in practice, but when the lights turn on, he's nasty. No, they say he has a thing about just he doesn't perform well in practice, but when the game's on, he goes crazy. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
wow. But they
said that about Tracy McGrady, and then you saw what he did.
I mean, they also said that about Alex Orji, and then we saw that in real time too.
Bro, shut your mouth.
Come on, man.
Except it was the inverse. Alex Orji was great in practice, but then the game whistle blew, and he was like, "I don't know what to do."
Let's get your opinion on this game. Let's get out of here.
I mean, if you're looking at the stats alone, it looks like there's no reason why Miami should have won this game. If you're just looking at the tail of the tape, because I mean, like 4 sacks allowed, 1 interception thrown. They've equal on punts. They got more penalty yards, but like just looking at the stats on paper, Ole Miss should have had this on lock. It's a mirror. I didn't really see the game, so I can only go on the stats. But it's crazy to look at Miami actually having pulled out the win. I think there's a lot of holes in what I can see that Indiana is going to be able to take advantage of. And I think Miami. I think if we're looking at the last game of the season, I think Indiana is going to take out Miami, but in this game alone, looks like it was super close all the way through. And you're right. I think that no huddle really did a lot to help them stay in the game. But ultimately, I think Miami proved themselves the victors with Carson Beck leading the helm.
No doubt. All right, final topic of the night, and then we're out of here. National championship game preview. Kenneth, you're the guest. We'll let you kick it off, man. Miami. Indiana, I believe the game is in Miami, right? It's in
Miami.
In Miami. That doesn't mean much because Miamians don't show up to see Miami. It's crazy, but yeah.
Man, that whole sideline about to be full of the national championship team. You're gonna have Dennis Harrison down there, like everybody gonna be on that sideline.
Right.
You're just gonna have Mark Cuban on the sideline on the other side. Like, I didn't even know Mark Cuban even loved Indiana. That's the crazy part about it. Or went to Indiana. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Y'all could have had all this. Like,
absolutely.
But as far as the game, man, I just feel like Indiana has this rhythm and this groove and this motion that I don't think nothing can really get in the way of it. Man, and they've just been playing effortless and flawlessly on all like accounts from the offense, defense, even special teams. Like, so it's like I feel like they're gonna pull away with the win. I feel like Score prediction wise, I feel like it's going to be like 30-21. I really feel that way, 30-21. With Michigan, not Michigan, with Miami scoring at the end to kind of make it closer. But I feel like Indiana is going to be, we're going to win like pretty comfortably in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, Litch. Who wins? Why?
I mean, you know my pick, Indiana for sure. Like, cause that's what Kurt does. He wins, and he's gonna win all the way to the Natty. He's already got himself this far. Ain't no reason to think that he's not gonna be able to take out Miami. I mean, he's taking out tougher teams down the line, like Ohio State. You can't argue that wasn't a tough game. Even then you have the Alabama game. It might not have looked like it was a tough game, but I mean, they put up a fight. They didn't go anywhere, but they put up a fight. Then you have the next round up. I can't remember. My mind is failing. Oregon, that's the one. Then you have the Oregon game.
They trying to forget too. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. Oregon's trying to forget it too. I get it, but I mean that was another like, I'm sure tough game on the field. It didn't look like it on the scoreboard, but I'm sure it was on the field a tough game. They pulled through. I mean, they embarrassed Oregon, really embarrassed both Alabama and Oregon in the playoffs. And now they're coming to the national championship game. Signetti's been looking at this all year. He called his where he was going to be going like Babe Ruth, and here he is in the national championship.
It's crazy.
And don't forget to Google Signetti because this is what he does. He wins.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a sponsorship now by Google. Like,
yeah, they were smart. They gave him a pixel commercial, something.
I mean, they got Mark Cuban. That's good enough.
True.
Mark Cuban should put the word in there. Put the word in for the people at Google. Sticks, what you got?
Man, this is the national championship of the unbelievable. And the reason why I say that is because even though Indiana was number one, no one took them serious. No one took them serious. Let's be honest. Everybody thought when Alabama won against Oklahoma, they were going to steamroll Indiana. That's what they thought. Then Miami, people still was arguing that Miami shouldn't have got in, Notre Dame should have got in. So again, Miami wasn't supposed to be here.
That's crazy.
And you know what they did? They took an opportunity, they ran with it. That's exactly what happened. And so now you got two teams that literally both have chips on their shoulder. This is crazy because we've never seen this before. We've never seen two teams play that don't care and have nothing to lose. You've always had one team that has something to lose compared to the other one. Indiana ain't got nothing to lose because nobody expects them to be here. People still right now be like, they good, but they still don't. To me, they ain't number one. That's what you're hearing from that. Then you hear in Miami, they're like, oh, they just one bad Carson Beck play away before they lose. Like it's so this is what you're hearing. So both of these teams are here. Who am I going with? I'm going with Indiana. I feel like this game, though, is going to honestly be fought in the phone booth. This is going to be a lot tougher than we think. This is going to be physical. If Indiana does not switch their game plan and attempts to come out in their same style of offense, obviously they're going to be ready. They're going to be physical. We know that. But if they didn't take anything as far as that hurry up offense and speeding them up, then you're playing right into Miami's hands. And so that's where you're going to run into some issues. And granted, we know that Mendoza can get out of there, but where you're going to run into it is that you're not as fast as Chamberlain. So Bain and what's Metastore, they finna be on you. They coming to see you. But in the same token, when you flip the switch, you look at Carson Beck. As long as Indiana's D-line plays like it's been playing and they're scheming and them blitzes are unexpected, the best way to beat Beck is to keep him scared. He starts to see ghosts, he's going to throw you an interception. It's a guarantee. So this is a recipe for just a great game. I feel like this is going to be what we wanted out of a national championship. I don't think it's going to be a big separation, and I feel like we're going to be highly entertained. But I got Indiana by 7.
All right. I guess it's my turn. Look.
Like AOL.
Hey.
So ain't that dial-up.
Right. Oh, they don't know nothing about dial-up, man. For a lot of these people's time. You've got mail. Okay, look. I think Indiana is really good. I think Kurt Signetti is everything that he thinks he is. This team, they've shocked me every week. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every week I'm shocked. That said, I think Cristobal's done a good job with Miami. And I think the blueprint for them is to run Fletcher, run Brown. Fletcher's a big dude. You got to lean on these guys, lean on them all game, and try to, kill time, keep them off the field while also getting points yourself. I'm going with Miami to win this game. All right, listen to me, people. Man. Listen to me. No, you listen. Don't do this. Listen.
He's helping us. He's actually helping us because every time he picks, the opposite happens. So it's actually good.
Everything he picked.
First of all, as a Michigan fan, I can't believe that Michigan fans are rooting for Indiana. Listen, this doesn't help Michigan if Indiana wins. The
recruiting battle with them?
No, not y'all. But we can be. The point is we can be, and people are overlooking this. If Indiana wins a national championship, people are gonna want to give Indiana a look. I don't want anybody to look at Indiana except for what they are, and that's a basketball school.
Man, are they still?
No,
they're not even that anymore, right?
Shoot,
what they play? What they good at? Bird watching. Competitive bird watching, go to Indiana.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you might be on to something though, because if they do win, a lot of the key pieces gonna be gone, and just like Texas Tech, they got that money, they're gonna reload, and they got Mark Cuban sitting right there that can easily
exactly.
But see, lucky for us though, he can't reload through the transfer portal because that's about over.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Although they're gonna have a longer transfer portal, right?
No,
you can reload with Miami players.
It's the 16th. It's over.
No, but for the championship teams.
Oh, I think you're right. With the championship,
yeah. They get like 7
days?
They
get to the 24th. They get to the 24th.
Oh, okay.
They better.
But yeah, so I think the blueprint has to be run the football. Mm-hmm. I don't think people are giving my man enough credit, Carson Beck, not just in the Ole Miss game, but in the game before that against Ohio State, right? Timely running. Timely running on those third downs. Heck, the touchdown against Ole Miss, he just walked in there. He's going to have to do that because there's going to be pressure. Those guys aren't going to be open for whatever reason. These guys in the secondary are very good for Indiana. I can't explain it because they look like Oompa Loompas. They're 5'8", but they're all over you. Pause. That said, it's going to be a good one. I'm not going to go out here and say that Miami's going to win 30-13 like I thought Oregon would do. I'm going to go lower scoring, much lower scoring. I'm going to go 17-14 in a slugfest or, one of those old defensive matchups here.
Did Carson maybe we have to stat check this. Did Carson Beck ever play in I'm assuming he did. He won a national championship at Georgia, right?
No. I don't think he did. Not as a starter.
He didn't.
Yeah. Oh, it was okay. Stetson Bennett.
Okay. I was wondering because you know how you was talking about like the jitters that someone may have, and I was wondering, do you think the Indiana guys may have jitters? It's the national championship,
right?
Fernando, he made even though he was great in all the other aspects, but this is the national championship.
He's back home too. I think somebody pointed that out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, will he have jitters? Because I don't know why I thought Carson Beck won a national championship. Because if he did, then he probably wouldn't have the same jitters as someone who's never been there before. But that probably don't make anything anyway. So with the way other people played, but
absolutely,
it's gonna be interesting, man. Definitely.
Kenneth, this was a classic episode, man. We got to get you back sometime for sure. Before we get out of here, though, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all first and foremost for the conversation, man. It felt cool, man. Cool as I don't know what, man. I felt like at home. But they can find me on literally all social media networks. Well, this is just Twitter and Instagram. At kscott_2. That's where you can find me. Also, like what's on the screen, create a platform for high school student athletes so they can keep everything in one place, like all the outreach, the follow-ups, the note-taking and everything. Instead of using spreadsheets and handwritten or on their phone, they can use a platform that's specifically for them to house everything in one location so they can be able to be efficient and effective in this recruiting process. And that's really what it's for, just so they can be steadfast in that piece. And they can go to that at Reach Athlete CRM, or you can go to the website reachathletecrm.com. You almost had me tongue twisting it and saying athletic. But man, show love. I'm a Michigan fan now. You feel me? I'm rooting for my guys.
They want to know, do you got a YouTube? You got a YouTube?
I don't. I need to. I mean, I got one, but I don't be on
man. We'll get it started for you.
I need to get one, man. You're right.
I did find your song on there.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
So,
you did say you do music, right?
Yeah. Rise Up.
Rise Up. So that was, I think it was 2019. We were getting ready to be in our first Pac-12 championship game, and they wanted me to create a song for the team. And so that's what I did. And they played in like Sirius XM plays it whenever Utah's on their live stuff. The stadium plays it. When I did a partnership with Little Caesars, they played it too. So it was pretty cool, man. So did that song and a song called Go Crazy. But I do a lot of other songs too, but those are the two specific tied to Utah. So it's been cool.
That's what's up, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth Scott, former Utah Utes standout wide receiver, current professor at Rice University, current CEO and founder of Reach. Be sure to check him out. We got to get him back over here. Depending on what happens with this national championship, because I might not come back.
It's just going to be Lich and Sticks show.
Right. Lich and Sticks show. Right?
Lich and Sticks.
Yeah. Kenneth, man, we appreciate you coming in and sharing the space with us today, man.
Man, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Hey, great interview, gentlemen. Both of y'all knocked it out the park. Shout out to the chat who rocked with us all night. If you haven't, hit the thumbs up. Share this with your friends. Let's get this to the millions and millions of our would-be subscribers.
Potential new fans.
Potential fans, right. Listen, Sticks, or I'm sorry, Matt, Lich, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Oh, well, you can find me at LichMax626 on all platforms. If you can't find me there, I'm probably not there. You can also find me over at the Gamer Sideline on Fridays for the Football Fridays. And I think we're looking at switching it to Saturday for Sideline Saturday, but I don't know yet. We're taking a little break to figure that out right now, but we will be back soon. Also, you can find me right here on the best Michigan football podcast on the internet, maybe even the world. That's what they say. The Maize Out Mondays for the Maize Out Sports Network. Normally, I am in the back producing. They let me stay up sometimes. And normally, I host the Lich Pick segment, which will be coming back as soon as the season begins.
No doubt. We let Lich out the basement. He was up here with the big boys, showing us all up, too, with the shirt and tie.
Sure.
Sticks, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Man, you already know it's Man on the Sticks. That's where you can find me at certain media platforms. But on YouTube, we have switched it to Old Head Sports Talk. So check me out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be going on live Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing to do, pull up on me one time for the one time. Other than that, man, y'all have a great evening.
Yes, sir. And don't get used to this. This was Sticks came back specifically for Kenneth Scott tonight, and because we aired at 8 instead of 7, because he does have class. Yeah. But that said, we got Lich in the tie. What do you say? We got Lich in the tie before.
GTA
6, bro. All right, look. Follow me everywhere. And Ripstar, I don't owe Vegas any money. All right. I pay my debts.
Not until the Natty.
Follow me everywhere, M_Thrizzleton, and of course, Maize Out Sports everywhere. Until next time, you know the slogan: stay angry, my friends. I'm up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock. I just don't get it. And how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.